Off the Ball Podcast. Hear it, live it, love it.
Oh yes, welcome to another exciting episode of Off the Ball Podcast. I am Edwin Pro Mashako Mushimani wa motho mushimani wa pheta pejana mushimani wa go tlhatloga moyo ya re batswana go mona ba re se ke popota ya mushimani se ke le tlapa senata se tswerere sa mushimani ke sekhurumelo sa metsi a monate ke mankgari ke a kgaritla khodu ya me e thurumisa ditšhaba ke mo go jwana ke tletse ke tlhoka bageledi go nkgelela fela jaaka gale ke gone mo Off the Ball Podcast ko ile go gone teng re go tlisetsa jalo batshameki ile ba kgwele ya dinao ka go farologana le ba tshamekileng kgwele ya dinao kana ba ba santseng ba e tshameka gone gore lwena o kgone gore o ba itse botoka gore go le gantsi re ba itse fela fa ba le ko mabaleng gote wai ke jersey number 6 go stoppen sa ga boro United kana traffic kana extension gunners and we tlwaeletsegile ka se but o sa itse gone gore nako tse dingwe ba isimolotse kae ba dira ntle le football le gone gore ke di dingwe tse dikgwetlo tse leng gore ba kopana le tsone motho etso se tshwarwa ke ntšapedi ga se thata katso Edwin Ntoko ke eno ke na le lene mo tsatsing la gompieno
ka nnete se tshwarwa ke ntšapedi ga se thata ke katso ba fetole pantsola la disc never guilty never charged case dismissed mongwe malobana a mpotsa gore ke eng ke rialo ntla go tlotlela nako e nngwe gore go tlileng gore ke bue dikgang tse dintseng ja ke tla go tlotlela nako e nngwe balatedi ba rona ko gae ke itumetse tota ra bona le ntse le re setse morago please on our Facebook page gore re tswelle re gola share those clips with others so that ba khona go itse ka batshameki ba bone ba ne ba ba rata jalo we had Danny Boy here the last time. We had a good conversation with him, a lot left out. We should call him back, I think so, bro. And then tswela nyala jalo le tobetsa hatla senyana ha o lona mo YouTube gona le button ke o ya re like ya re follow, be part of us, be part of our family. We are Off the Ball Podcast. Hear it, live it, and then love it. That's how we roll.
Very important to also appreciate those who are powering or supporting this very podcast. It is Distinctive Brands as well as M Zone Media who are behind this production. There's also AM Glam Space as well as Obsession Lounge. It is the location or the studio where we are coming to you from. And as always, we're going to start this very episode with another verse today. And today we are looking at Ecclesiastes 11 verse 4 to 10, or I'll just stop at verse 6. It reads, to those, or rather those who wait for perfect weather will never plant seeds. Those who look at every cloud will never harvest crops. You don't know where the winds will blow, and you don't know how a baby grows inside the mother. In the same way, you don't know what God is doing or how He's creating everything. So you don't have to wait for the right time. All you have to do is start to do whatever is in your mind. That idea e le gore na le one mo tlhaloganyong e simolole ke gone mo etla reng mo tseleng go mo bone sengwe le sengwe sa aparelwa kana sa apara tshiamo. Just take a leap of faith and do whatever you want to do or start whatever you want to start. Any business idea that you have right now, simolla hela o dire o se ka wa re ha ona se se ka gore ha o itse ditiro tsa modimo ka heleng gore ene wa ba a di rulagantse ka teng ka go dialo motho etso re simolla episode ye go nefa.
Your time is coming. Amen.
Amen. Amen. That was beautiful.
Yeah. And as usual, rale motshameki gape mo tsatsing la gompieno o ile gore le yana ke tsaya le gore o tla mo itumella tshamekile kgwele ga go jalo ka ko makeishaneng kana ile yone le bitsang gongwe ya ko ya go kae ya go dikazi ya
kwa tumileng tota teng ka bolo yana ya matsotsi o tla ipolela. His name is Hlabaligege Shaye Shosholoza Msholozi Shoza Hlaba. How's it in Jakasi?
Thanks for joining us, man.
Pleasure.
Right. Let's start here and introduce yourself to the people. Let's know you better. Gore wena sente ba ile gore ba go tlwetse ka Sholoza maina a go sentle a officially ke mang le gone gore o mfana go kae.
Thank you very much. Shapuzet. Yeah, no, ke zwagetse ba fwe to ga le gore bile mphile opportunity ya gore ke tla gore ke kopane le lona, ke kopane le batho ba go gae. Majita go kasi, batsari go kasi, di bratsa ka go kasi. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you very much for this. So since na give you Thato Ramatebele. Basically into ra go letse mo kasi with so much respect, you know, to each and every single person. Okay, go panalele, but you know, I'm taking it back to as far as you know, my grassroots. I've always been, you know, a player you know, wanted to see themselves playing for top flight football, you know, the likes of Manchester, the likes of, you know, Real Madrid, the likes of Kaizer Chiefs, from a very young age.
Yeah.
But in terms of, you know, the question in Porto similar to guy. I started playing soccer go primary. I always go like Tamgila primary, go Lagai primary, from Lagai primary, go more the time. Because Gadish, Lait, I guess. Yeah, from Skadishu, I then went to Bonington for a year, which I then also played for a year thing. And then my parents just felt it wasn't habitable enough for a big thing because negizana go school in Selor National Kasi blind the block 6 so I just felt like most of my parents just felt it wasn't, you know, a good place for me to start soccer, especially, you know, having to mix it well with my education. So they wanted the foundation was, you know, profound, which I appreciate. And I then, you know, got an opportunity to go and play in South Africa, where I did my boarding school. So my parents were very, very, very big on education, and then moved to South Africa for boarding school. I was in Pretoria, Hammanskraal, Prestige College. I'm very, very, you know, happy and more so, you know, inspired to be able to speak about this because Skelasa thing. Because I remember so you know, and also I'm a very, very appreciative person to God because God has always played a huge part in my life because I'm also from a, you know, a God believing family. Every day like but on my move to South Africa, you know, Bafana Bailor gets Ganalebo in most school. You know, at times when you move from a different country into another country, especially as a foreigner, but you know, as a soccer player, it's always, you know, those challenges that are put on. I'm out here to I want to listen because they would see you play. Because gonna go boarding school the weekend, you guys come together. Let's make up but they can see the potential that you have. What's what? Then it so happened that you know, usually when you go to a different school, I'm not sure if that happens a lot more Botswana, but in South Africa they usually take you guys out for trials. And the trials are things that make sure we are potentially, because obviously we have also only team or have been in thing. But what and how it's not only, you know, the vigor and the skill set to see if you can play a part in the team. So yeah, disc sharp and disc yeah, so this kid to be honest, but one I've got so much knowledge and talent. So I showcased my skill set, my talent. Next thing, I was part of the team. Because I don't like to really brag a lot about my capabilities in terms of disky, but he can vouch for me. For so many times, different teams, different games. I'm a very, very well versed and very well talented soccer player. So I haven't played for the likes of Gauteng province. I became one of the most highest scoring or top scorers in the league. Got scouted There was actually even one point I was scouted by some guys from Portugal.
From Portugal.
Yeah, brother, from Portugal. And then, you know, it never really worked out then because my parents felt when I was still young. Because Ghana nixambogele moskela. So nearly can't get push, get past, get fit, and then from there, then that's when you could, you know, actually look into those opportunities. But man, one thing I realized about God, you know, is God always has a way that He wants things to be done. When I'm with God, God doesn't look at Hore Awana, Kana doesn't look at Hore It's about what are you able to produce at that present moment, and can you take that opportunity and run with it?
Yeah.
Sometimes but you know, as parents, you know, when you see that your kid has potential, and when you see that your kid is brilliant in something, don't be too don't bring too much, you know, parenting into things that God wants to see happening, to brighten up either life or to showcase the potential in one another. Just let them be able to express themselves and whatever. Because so I always want to appreciate God in everything that I do because He is the ultimate.
Right.
Yeah.
At what age did you move to South Africa? How old were you by the time you moved to SA? And you mentioned scouted by Portugal, agents or scouts gonna
Yeah.
A hella guy.
Yeah. So I think looking at the age, I think I was very young. It's once I think 16, 17. Yeah. Yeah, I did move around to South Africa, I think around that time. So these guys, the way it happened, we were playing at Caledonian Stadium in Pretoria. So it was a North Korea. Basically what happened is, I think, it's North and South Africa. So the way that it happened, South Africa, like different provinces.
Yeah.
So I was playing for Gauteng province then.
So this was college football?
This was more of, not in college football, like high school football.
High school football, yeah.
Excuse high school football. We get an opportunity to draft into the Gauteng province team. So we were selected from every province. Western Cape, Northern Cape, Eastern Cape, Gauteng. Yeah. So I got an opportunity to be, you know, drafted into the team, which I also became one of the, you know, I think one of the most amazing because, you know, Kana boarding school. Remember, you don't go out. You don't have doing you are focused, you know, on your schoolwork. The only thing that you know are your teachers, your coaches, and that's it. And then more opportunity break. But with what you're saying, with the question that you're saying, I got drafted then and played for Gauteng province, and we were playing a final. We had beat all the other provinces. Retele, you know, Western Cape, Retele, you know, Northern Eastern Cape. Yeah, Gauteng, and then I think I got another Limpopo. Yeah, so we were playing against Limpopo, and these guys came. We were playing at Caledonian Stadium in Pretoria, and I was doing very well. I was very strong. I like better my poto brava. I like very short to the one. I give feel alright. I'm fanda. I'm fanda by getting over. So only to know what I really discovered that brava. And then I say to the scout Tiwa now. Talway. Good look, good and tare. Fun. This game could change your life. You never know who's watching. So yeah, you never know who's watching. So wherever you are, always make sure you give your best. Yeah. Because you never know who's watching. You never know who wants to invest into you. You never know who wants to, you know, sponsor you or make you achieve the milestones. So it so happened, and then these guys after the game, like Coach Tarim, So because I was very close with my coach, and then I give my show. I want to give a check. Without knowing anything else, I like to give a check. But these guys never to told me, hey, to, we liked how you've been playing. We saw what you're capable of, and I was very, very inspired, to be able to hear, somebody just come in to talk to me basically about how I've been doing, and it was inspiring. Then they told me they want me to, to go and try out my luck in Portugal. They've got a few connections there, and if there's an opportunity, I don't mind, going into. This is the opportunity, so I should tell my parents, and they give me a card. An opportunity, which I then told my parents, but my parents thought I was still young. But
sometimes like you remember the case of Philip Kaku.
Yeah.
He went out the maloba You see, sometimes it's not just parents, but they should have taken part mo kganyeng teng gone gore ba pushe ngwana gore a go tsamaya lo di train. But I'm sure let's get here now. Professional football. When did you meet professional football?
Okay, now when it comes to professional football,
shoes. Can you but don't story so like I Portugal. Or then batsadi okay ba.
So go etsa ya batsadi ya ka bua. Maybe that you mentioned kganya teng gore e wetse. I did speak to my parents. My parents, they were, especially my mom and my father, they were very, very instrumental in making me, become who I was in terms of soccer. They wanted me to do well coach Kela. Vele ntwana ngolengwe kana sentore make sure ha gola this key education diva hand to hand. Maramela kganya ya teng, my parents then decided gore, I was very young. Give it a scala pele and then see how it could go after scala, which was matric again. But then I realized something when give it a scala, the context is in again because negastiki kilega kairo ribuka. Because I remember I get this girl, can I get somebody more grade 11? Grade 11 is like your form 4. And then I can I meet break. I would always be called to come and play for under 20 Botswana. Netly get like because like trainer le Ramatebele le Notwane. At first I get like Ramatebele, and then something happened that was tragic. One of my coaches then passed away. RIP to Shafole, Mshefo, one of the coaches, through something that happened. I can't obviously speak about it on set, but he passed on, and he was very instrumental in making me to be where I had been in terms of soccer. Because I'm to deal strength, strong, fit. Playing for BDF, Ramatebele is a younger team at BDF. So those guys, so and then when he passed on, everything just changed because I get almost gala. I began BDF, forget some I'm going to somebody like Bonington. Then maybe get trial on because the mother was a best friend to my mother, Gizo. There's another boy who I be doing Gizaro and all blind and Tony blind. So then the parents passed on. Then I had to now look for another team because the coach was very, very close to me. He was more like my father as well. And then I ended up going to Notwane because I remember Notwane. Nikisuake Fabian Zulu. Fabian Zulu was one of the central midfielders back on Notwane. I remember Muhudinya Namo phase 2. Namo phase 2 Muri Flete. So Fabian Zulu na heta wana Muhudinga training. So na kongantare I want to get chesa get ready to tsaga. Ke mutelo na get gore me go icheka gore skills am posele ba onsa. I want to get hit there and I hit the one fit. When I said, come here, then we go in. Here's Zimbabwe. I'm a really Motswana because I'm the bag of Motswana. And then I went to him and I see you're a very good player. So tomorrow, same time, he's not if I go half 4. Same time, kamoso ga go tsa we're going for training. Then he did the following day. We tell like mo emetsi bile go no. Ke antsa ntara vai. Then never tsama. No go tsena sna koloi, be tsena mo stationing. Ana go le motho wa strata bra in the braga di taxi di kombi le go wa hela mo ditshachimo. Ana ke tsena. I've never really been ngwano o na mo ntlung ka no itsang se yanyas chick ai go le ke ntona kasi. Don't be no ke ntse ke le kasi hela. I want to I can speak English.
Yeah.
So I went to Notwani.
Yeah.
Then I was introduced. There was a boy mona bido go te tukiana ena tshesa Ntwane le lene. Ni gona go bona ora amara ke itse bolo mara Ntwane le no ntsembu. He ended up passing away. He was one of the best skilled players Botswana was going to have.
I don't want to go Notwani le.
I go Notwani. Tuki, ina bido go te tuki Ntwane le Ntwane la khona go ra dilo ka bolo. So I'm one person who when it comes to soccer, I like to learn from other players and incorporate some of the skills that I'm learning from somebody and incorporating them into my kind of play to make me an all-rounded player. When I was the right. And then I can ask I'm going to incorporate it into the playing field and make sure I am more powerful.
Right. Yeah. So Fabian Zulu takes you to Notwane. What happens at the first training?
First training, I did my magic. I got 16 feet. Dr. Kumba Lomtungwa.
Yeah.
I will So 16 feet Braga. I grew up emulating him from Boylaitinya and I got Langate. So there was a point in time. My mom was in Manchester. I know Manchester for. She worked for BPC and then I was also to Manchester. So I let her know and kit Manchester. Yeah. No go and again I got go kasi braga go kele menu ba. Yeah, and then I get to the kit my tabazo pelo like I ever fit to lead it ever. Ke tale go pela ma. So my mom then bought me a Puma a pair of boots in nearly 6 starts. Ya no ngana no ngena ke roka go grassing ka go itse mo ronde mo rajela mo le role. So then abantlela di Puma boots tseo di le red braga ile king di go le king I think ne le nna la ke na le tsona mo round na batting ya no matano ke tsentse ke go traina ka tsone ke go pla ke tla mo mung ka tsone e be ke hella ke gata Ntwane ngwana na ke re ke bopa pesa ngwana wa batho ngwana ga a tswela hantle but the coach then decided no, this boy is very good because I was scoring, I was creating. I'm a very skillful player. I'm the likes of your your Messi, your Neymar combined, your Ronaldinho.
Yeah. He's right. No, he's right.
Yeah, you take Modise in his prime. You Skarango Bese. Yeah. Gotta have a mix of all these players.
Yeah. Arian, I remember the first time I saw him. Game is on to racing like a beach to my 500. At that time he was my opponent. He came, gave me shows but we never more trouble. He would dribble us left and right, you'd kill the ball far post, you'd go to the corner, you'd celebrate. And I remember that time, actually, I think a 4-0, he scored like 3 goals that time, metric. So you could see what the talent he had. That was my first time game one look of his to go what's that primary. He had so he's right, he was one of the players that you'd love to see. I can again the other time before I you haven't seen skillful players. Botswana is one of them. Even Baba Fitile mo podcast and these are the things still more pro can't there's a lot ka ga ene e leng gore ha o tla go di itse ke mongwe wa dibatshameki ba leng gore mo Botswana mo latseng la rona currently re ka ba dirisa as a research gore thuse these upcoming players.
Njuza, why do you think you've never made it to the national team?
As in, I played for under 20, I played for under 15, Botswana, or rather national team.
Sina national team.
Okay, so it's I don't like to be biased in terms of certain things, but to be honest, you know, one thing I've realized about you know, about life as a whole is that you know, Ronare Lebato would want to achieve certain milestones and achieve certain things in already bad. But you know, sometimes how lebella ka dilo di movie ang ka teng. They're very political, ne? Political in the sense that you can have very talented youngsters, but you see potential in them, and that you know where they can be able to bring results and be able to take the country far. But then when you look at it, you know, certain things they happen behind closed doors.
Yeah.
You know, the gatekeeper.
Yeah.
The gatekeepers that either don't want to see you fulfill a certain level of your life, or the people that just don't want you to, you know, shine how you're supposed to shine.
Yeah.
Because I'm very fair and I'm going to be very honest, because I've realized that there's so much potential, there's so much knowledge and skill from these youngsters, but we need to be very, very, very smart in how we, you know, we take them in and how we want to, you know, see them become faces. Typical example, there's a young boy, he's called Ronaldo. He stays in face to Ronaldo stays in the US, United States, very fast, very skilled, very hungry. Next thing, you're going to see Ronaldo playing for the MLS. Me is what so at times I want to be the way that do this amazing thing as our country, what do we really want? Do we want to see growth in terms of, you know, talent there? Fitlhelle a certain level.
Right.
Ke bua ka diparable.
Yeah. Because I hear Sansole Mokote shows
Yeah.
he was the Zebras, right?
Yeah.
Do you see yourself fitting into the current national team and what is currently active and will be playing the Africa Cup of the World Cup qualifiers recently? Come Machana, they will be back. Got the World Cup qualifiers. Yeah.
As in,
do you see yourself?
Can you be part of that crop?
Yeah.
Can I be part of the crop?
Yes, the crop of
Yes,
players.
without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Without a doubt, because Kabelo Sosinye, for example, is one player he knows the kind of player that I am and what my potential is. I've played with him so many times. Look at the tournament in Zagobole Cheng, where he's from. He knows what I've been able to do on Ekwarekopani. The likes of, you know, even the, you know, he's a potential Dambe, you know, goalkeeper Mokasu Nangozola. Then knows got most of the guys by Bomutimi national team around.
Yeah.
They're very, very good soccer players, very talented, very, very, very smart on the ball. And the way of reading the game is instrumental. Right. And then now, when it comes to me fitting and saying what I can be able to fit in, I can be able to fit in, but the only difference is it takes a lot of, you know, training. It takes a lot of, you know, this mindset to say now I can play. But because I haven't been playing for a longer period of time, I've been focusing a lot on, you know, my life and making money. Beyond soccer.
Yeah.
You know, I would really have to push myself to that level. But me hella in terms of fitting, when I talent I remember when I got scouted to go and play in Europe. I had not been playing for 2 years. Imagine 2 years.
2 years.
And no gonna let the trial mo BDF. Like no be African players from Nigeria, Congo, Burkina Faso.
This was,
This was 2014.
2014.
Yeah. And then we're like about 100 to 150. Nara na mo UB, rebuketswe Morocco mo UB. Nara go train go BDF. We had like top players, very intimidating. But and also through the grace of God, I think I was selected with 5 other players. Some I was with Refilwe, Kefilwe, Roni, and that's Mgela Matlakase Nakwate. I was drafted in, and then there were about 3-4 other players, Belor Banen Batswako, West Africa. We ended up going to Europe together. Marathon kwa kanze ke pheza nnete ya la bra ga ntse ke gotetsa
so you've been to Europe also?
So I've been to Europe, yeah. I've been to total we went to two different teams in Europe. We were drafted by some guys. They came in, 2 white guys from Europe. They were, shout out to Mr. Moran Toiwa, who was our agent then. He brought the guys in, and then these guys, like I was saying, Moses KB, they took us through training, wanted to see how we react, how we turn with the ball, our vision, our strength, our power, our reading of the game. And then they selected us, which we then went and displayed. When we got there, we were on a second, I think it was a 2nd division team then, we played a few games under them. But the only difference was the barrier, the language barrier. Because those guys don't speak none of English. Slovak. Slovakia. These guys, there was a bit of racism, yes, obviously, as is every sport. But because sport you put your differences aside. Sport brings people together. As much as you want to beyond soccer, but those guys took us in.
What shows are doing now, and what do you aspire in terms of football? Okay,
so currently I'm a banker. I'm currently a banker, but in terms of the things I want to aspire to become in terms of soccer, I want to help the young generation, especially to hearts. That is my biggest dream. So I want to. I'm looking at finding time to the likes of Mr. Motsepe, because I feel he's one person who also, with this podcast, I feel he can really push a milestone in helping show they don't just finish their careers in Botswana, because we need to be able to bring in money into our country.
Right.
So the likes of these podcasts, the likes of bringing in the likes of Mr. Motsepe and all the companies in Botswana, the power, they should come in and see how we can best be able to export talent. The dollar, the euro, the pound,
are you also looking into venturing to becoming a FIFA agent?
Yes. So I'm still working on my finances.
All right. So with football you're done.
With me playing soccer, to now where I am right now, I'm done. I feel like I'm done. I just need to help the youngsters now.
Do we still have time, Terry?
No,
we don't have time.
You don't have time because of time.
Yeah.
I think you even played for GU, right?
I played for GU. I played for Notwane.
You see, those clubs, and GU was a big club at that time. You played for BDF also.
Yeah, I guess I'll go Slovakia.
Yes, I remember. So that's years a lot to tell. I think we should call him back as well. I'm gonna go in because of and
I've been to Orlando Pirates as well. The junior team.
So you've been to Orlando Pirates.
I've been to
Orlando
Pirates.
So Mshoza, what do you think of Botswana football currently? and where Botswana football was around 2010s and beyond?
Honestly speaking, I feel like there's a lot of transition, there's a lot of growth. I see, how football is governed and how these youngsters are becoming breadwinners and being able to help out Komala Ping. During our time, we were not given money, we were just doing it for the love. But in terms of the growth of the sport as a whole in our country, I think it's getting there. More facilities are being implemented. We've got better training grounds nowadays. The way that I see the federation as itself, making sure Botswana becomes a force to be reckoned with. It's really inspiring and it's amazing because in terms of sport, because nowadays you can make a living out of sport if you're smart.
You've been to Orlando Pirates.
Yeah.
Who are some of the players who have made it into the senior team that you've played with at the junior level, that is at Orlando Pirates?
At Pirates?
Yeah.
When I was at Pirates, I remember there was a guy called, Tlosokolela.
Yeah.
Then he was playing. And
at the time you were at Orlando Pirates,
Mojina team.
Yes. There's some guys who they have already been promoted from junior team to the senior team. At your time, you found them there.
Yeah. Hey, the likes of if you look at Bo, the winger who used to play for Pirates then. He was 2021.
Vincent Pule? Oh.
Vincent Pule was one of the guys that I had met there. There's one guy when I he came in around the likes of Bo Mkambule. Mkambule na kwatina la ko phaya la ko Chiefs. The man. Thing is, I met different guys then. Some that actually have even moved. Yeah.
Right.
But most of them, to be honest, you find that we tell about Amazulu, Cape Town, so most of these teams, most of the players, they don't really end up making it into the first team. Yeah, team.
Okay.
Yeah.
Before we wrap it up, bro, we have a new minister of sports, right?
Right.
Minister of sports.
Mr. of Sport and Culture.
No,
it was Minister of Sports and Culture. Right now, the Minister of Sports, right?
Yeah.
What's your take on that, Musho?
With the new Minister of Sports?
Yeah.
It
was Minister of Sports and Culture. Now we have
directly now focusing only on sports.
Now focusing on sports.
No, it's a great thing. It's a great thing because now the way I see it, we're now paying more attention and not focusing on a lot of different aspects. Sometimes in life, the best thing sometimes, but mostly in life, if you focus only on, a directive, you are obviously going to have more results.
Yeah.
But Sanso, I think it's still the same because arts is a very broad sector. If you're talking about sports, it's also a very broad sector. But
that's true. But Ella, just to add on to what you're saying, Owana, like with the question that you said, with the new Minister of Sports, what needs to be done is the Minister of Sports now has to, bring people and delegate. Very smart youngsters that can be able to bring a lot of knowledge in and help, take the sports, fraternity to the next level.
And also have those who are very passionate and able to arts. Driver.
That's true, brother.
Yeah,
that's true.
Shoza, thank you so much for your time, and we really appreciate your story as well. Thanks a lot, my bro.
Appreciate it, my brother. Thank you so much. Podcast. Can you like, subscribe, share it to as many people as you can, your friends, your family. yeah, let's make it big. This is our homely brewed podcast, so let's make it big, guys.
Bless.
Thank you so
One
much.
love, Khabali
Much
gang.
love. Thank you.
With that, we come to the end of today's episode of the Ball Podcast. Re kopana gape mo nakong e tlang, re gotela ka o mongwe motshameki. Goodbye.
Off the Ball Podcast. Hear it, live it, love it.